So it's very important that the men should also get vaccinated because it will protect them from future penile cancers and development of genital warts, which are missed as they may progress and be detected at a later stage. So before I come to the vaccination part, the another important component is screening. The recommendation which are given by the international bodies that all women should undergo pap smear at the age of 21 years of age. Unfortunately, in our country, we have not been able to follow this, and the recommended age is around 30 years of age. See, the screening tests constitute two components. Number one, the HPV test and the pap test. Now, the human papillomavirus test looks for the virus that can cause cell changes on the cervix, and the pap test looks for precancers, which are cell changes on the cervix that might become cervical cancer if they are not treated appropriately. And as I said, that the international recommendations are that all women should undergo a pap test at the age of 21. If the pap test result is normal, then you are advised that you can wait for 3 years for the next pap test. If your age is 30 to 65 years, you have 3 options. Talk to your doctor about which testing option is right for you. An HPV test only. If your result is normal, your doctor will tell you that you can wait for 5 years until your next screening test. An HPV test along with the pap test, if both the results are normal, your doctor may tell you that you can wait 5 years until your next screening test. A solitary pap test only, if your result is normal, your doctor may tell you that you can wait 3 years until your next pap test. Ideally, the recommendation is an HPV test along with the pap test, because the procedure is same. During the same procedure, what specimen we collect, we can do both the tests. If you are older than 65 years of age and you are watching this video, your doctor may tell you that you need to be screened and not anymore if you have a normal pap test and a normal HPV screening test for several years. If you have had a cervical precancer in the past, or you had your cervix removed as a part of a total hysterectomy or non-cancerous conditions like fibroids, then you need not undergo a cervical pap smear or an HPV test. Now, in addition to this screening test, there are other preventive measures, and they include basically restricting the exposure to the human papilloma virus, which is spread through sexual intercourse. So if by practicing safer sex by using condoms, which are available both for men and women, or you can also avoid sexual intercourse with people who are infected with genital warts. Another factor they have found is quitting smoking also protects from cervical cancer. Now coming to the most important part, and that is vaccination. The recommendation is that both girls and boys should be vaccinated as early as teenagers by the age of 9 years. Vaccines offer protection against common strains of virus that cause cancers and also genital warts in boys and men. These vaccines are licensed globally and are used in many countries. It should be noted that the vaccines can be given from the age of 9 years. There are 2 types of vaccines available, the 9 and the 4-valent. 9-valent means it has the virus strains for 9 types, and 4-valent or quadrivalent, it has strains for 4 types of the virus. 9-valent vaccine covers 7 important strains that cause cervical cancer and 2 strains for genital warts, and can be given up to 15 years in males and up to 25 years in females. 3 doses are recommended. The second dose is given after 2 months of the first dose, and a third after 6 months of the initial dose. The 4-valent vaccine covers 2 strains each against cervical cancer and genital warts, and only 2 doses are sufficient if it is started before 15 years of age. Women who have not taken this vaccine earlier can take HPV vaccine immediately after delivery and even during breastfeeding phase. In males, vaccination is equally important as they can transmit HPV infection to females, and HPV vaccine is the only cancer preventing vaccine available till date. The HPV vaccine protects against the types of HPV that most commonly cause cervical cancer. It can also cause, as HPV also causes the other type of cancers in men and women, it also protects against genital cancer in men also. To summarize, I like to state that number 1, HPV vaccination is recommended for preteens aged 11 to 12 years but can be given starting at age 9. HPV vaccine also is recommended for everyone through age 26 years if they are not vaccinated earlier. HPV vaccine is therefore not recommended for everyone older than 26 years of age. Why? Because HPV vaccination prevents new HPV infections but does not treat existing infections or disease, and that is why the HPV vaccine works best when given before any exposure to the human papilloma virus. Please remember, you should get screened for cervical cancer regularly even if you have received an HPV vaccine. Please spread this message to all your friends. Thank you. Jai Hind.